action step.
Change is one, it's not a given. If you will change, everything will change for you. Change is an action.
Welcome back, Season 2, More Than Motivation. Clint here with Change One. And today, I want to start Season 2 off with a bang and talk about the elephant in the room. Your thoughts become your destiny. I left that up throughout Season 1 because I wanted you to think about it and see what you kind of came up with and internalize it for yourself. But today I want to start Season 2 by going over it because I think it's so important. And if you haven't spent any time thinking about it, you just kind of ignored it, then this will be the chance for you to put a little bit of thought into it. So, in our lives, what we think about will determine our destiny. Our destiny is our goals, our dreams, our desires. And so what happens to us so often is that we allow negativity into our thought process. Look, we're not always going to achieve everything we set out to achieve. We're not going to be able to do it right off the bat. So what happens a lot of times is we beat ourselves up. Whether we want to, raise our child right, whether we want to start a business, whether we want to quit smoking, whether we want to work out and lose weight, we don't always make the right decisions. And so sometimes we get these negative thoughts. We beat ourselves up. We speak negative to ourselves. Oh, you're a lazy piece of crap. You don't want to ever go and do anything. Why don't you just do this? Why did I make this mistake again? And, I think a lot of us do that probably. It's a natural thing. But we need to change that process, because once we start to change that process, we'll be more motivated. Look, if every time, let's say you're trying to lose weight, you're overweight, every time you look in the mirror, you say, oh, you fat piece of crap. There you go again, eat another cinnamon bun. Do you really want to go to the gym now? Does that really get you motivated? Do you really feel good now about going to the gym? No, what you need to do is you need to look in the mirror and say, I ate another cinnamon bun, but you know what? I'm going to go to the gym and work off too. Because I know who I'm going to be in 90 days or 60 days, whatever your workout plan calls for. But you got to speak to yourself differently. When you see those negative things, turn it into a positive thing. Speak about it positively, how you're going to overcome it. In other words, instead of talking yourself down to how you did this bad thing, talk yourself up to how you're going to overcome that bad thing that you've done, how you're going to make good for it in your own life. Because it's simply going to change your thoughts, and as you start to do that, your destiny will start to become a reality because your thoughts are changing. So one of the things that happens so often is that we allow other people to do this in our lives. And a great example of this is Michael Jordan. We're all familiar with Michael Jordan, but I don't know how many of you are familiar with the fact that he got cut from his 8th grade basketball team. Now, if Michael Jordan, after he got cut from his 8th grade team, decided, slumped his shoulders down and said, I'm no good at basketball. I'm never going to be able to play on a team. No one's going to want me to play. Coach said I'm no good. I guess I'll go practice anyways. He wouldn't even want to go. Who wants to go practice with an attitude like that? Instead, he said, I was cut from the team, and you know what? I think that I'm better than that. I'm going to go and prove to coach. I'm going to prove to those other players. I'm going to prove to everybody that I am going to be a great player. And if not for anybody else, for myself, to know that I can do it. And so I guarantee you, if you talk to Michael Jordan, he went with a positive mindset. He didn't go with the mindset of, I'm so terrible because I got cut. He went with the mindset of, I'm going to be a great player. I'm going to be a great player, and I'm going to practice until I am. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to do what I need to do to get there. And he became a great player. So in our lives, we can't allow negativity to determine our destinies. Look, if you're going to let other people speak into you, one thing that people say to me is sometimes, I don't get this a lot, but sometimes people say to me, oh, you're overconfident. Well, look, when I hear that, I'm like, that's fantastic. You know what that means? That means I believe in myself. And oftentimes that person doesn't believe in themselves, and they're seeing the reflection of my belief in myself and their lack of, and they don't like that. So they say, oh, you're overconfident. Say, good, that means I really believe in myself. That means I don't have negative thoughts. I don't look in the mirror every day and say, oh, Clint, you lazy turd. Today's going to be the day that you go and destroy everything you've built. You go and make a terrible real estate deal. If I keep saying that to myself every day, I say that to myself, it's going to happen. That will be my destiny. I don't want those thoughts. And when someone tells me I'm overconfident, I say, good, that's why I'm successful. Because I look in the mirror every day and I say, Clint, you're going to make another good deal, you're going to make money, you're going to make the other person money, and everybody's going to be happy with his deal. That's who I'm going to be. That will be my destiny. So when I started in real estate, I didn't know anything about real estate. You think Donald Trump knew anything about real estate when he started? Maybe a little bit. But what he is today, he knew probably 1% of what he knows today. So maybe less. So you say, well then, how did he get any good in real estate? He didn't go around telling people, I'm going to be the best real estate guy. I'm going to be this huge real estate guy. He didn't do that because people would have laughed at him. But in his mind, I bet you those were his thoughts. I bet you his thoughts were, I'm going to go be a big real estate developer, and I can do this. He didn't say to himself, well, you can't do it. Maybe if you get lucky, you'll do it. Maybe if you make a lucky decision, but you're just really dumb, Donald, and you don't know anything about real estate, man. You're never going to make it. He might not have known much about real estate, but if that was his mindset, he never would have made it. Don't let your mindset be, well, because so-and-so, because my brother, because my friend said that I can't do it, or I don't have the skills, or why would I even try? I don't know the first thing about real estate, or I don't know the first thing about motivating people, or speaking to people's lives to change their lives. I haven't been traveling a public speaking circuit, so I'm not going to be able to do this. If I let negativity into my life like that, or Donald Trump did, or Michael Jordan did, none of the successful people you see would be successful. Now, of course, you can't avoid negativity. It happens. You also have to look at it from the standpoint of, is it practical? You know, you do need to look at it from that. Sometimes people do have good stuff to offer. They're oftentimes telling you these things for your benefit. They're looking out for you. They want to make sure that you're protected. You know, I had a guy when I was first getting in real estate. I had 3 properties. He had owned 8, and somebody told me that. So I said, I want to speak to him and talk to him about, maybe I can learn something about properties from what he learned, because I was just learning. I was young. And all he had was negative stuff to say. Well, be careful of this and that, and he's this problem and that problem, and I don't have those properties anymore. And I was like, whoa. I get on that conversation, I was just like, I just got to throw this away. I don't want this in my life. I want the guy who says, you can do it, do this, here's the positive things, here's the bad things. You know, there's always bad things in life, and you want to be aware of what they are, what the possibilities are, but you don't want to dwell on them. You want to dwell on the good things, the positive things. So, you know, one of the things is that when you have those people speaking negativity into your life, maybe because they failed or made a past mistake, and they see that it's possible that you could do the same thing, you can glean from them. And what gleaning is, if you're not familiar, gleaning is where you go out into a field after the harvest and you pick, like, for example, wheat. You pick the bits of wheat that are left. It's very tedious, and you don't get a very good amount. It takes a long time. But that's what happens when you're picking through the negativity for the few learning points. So you do that a little bit. You know, when someone speaks negatively in your life, you pick through that negativity, you pull a few learning points, you glean from it, and you just move on. Throw 99% of that stuff away. You don't want that in your life. Keep the positive. If you don't have anybody speaking positive in your life, then keep coming back to More Than Motivation every Monday. Tune in, watch our other videos that we'll be posting, because that positive reinforcement in your life is what you need. And if you don't have people in your life that speak positively, you've got to get it somewhere. You can't go all week with the struggles of whether you're quitting smoking, whether you're building a business, whether you're raising a child. You can't go all week dealing with those struggles, because it's going to be a challenge. Whenever there's growth and positive change, there's challenge and struggle. You need that positivity in your life, so keep coming back and getting it. And change your thoughts. Don't forget as you go through that your thoughts become your destiny. Every time you want to beat yourself up over making a mistake or doing something wrong, and you want to give yourself a verbal assault, I'm gonna do this for you before we go. I'm gonna leave you with the responsibility of that. If you want to verbally assault yourself, remember that Clint is going to verbally assault you every Monday here at More Than Motivation, so that you don't have to do it for yourself throughout the week. So basically, next time that you want to do it, you remember, oh, I don't have that responsibility anymore. Clint's going to take care of that for me on Monday. And then you can speak to yourself positively. You can say to yourself positive things and what you can do. And you come back here, I'll give you a little bit of information. I'll help get you refocused again for the week, and you go back out. But keep your thoughts positive, because your thoughts do determine your destiny. And when you grasp that and you get that inside you, you realize that that's what it takes to change one.
Positive change is the result of intentional action.